No, Papa. I am out in Tallarook this morning. I decided to just come out and have a look, try and get some nice photos, and film this video, which I've actually had a few people ask me this question, and it was an eventual video to make. So, how much did that cost? So it cost me 11 grand. Oh, you want specifics? Oh, okay, right. So I bought this car 12 months ago in Seymour for $3,800. Because it was COVID, I had to get it freighted. Sorry. Oh, it's good coffee, but because I bought it in COVID, I had to get it delivered. So delivery from Seymour to where I live in Melbourne was $250. New windscreen, $350. New tyres was $1,600. New exhaust, $350. So the fixed panel windows that I replaced were $50 online. And add to that $160 for the rear spare rubbers that didn't work. There'll be a link. Yeah, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. The sound deadener was $200 on eBay, but I probably spent $100 on dry ice to actually pull the old stuff up. Insulation from Clark Rubber was $100 to do the whole car. Plus I also had to buy a couple of grommets and bits and pieces, so I spent about $200 on Clark Rubber. Driving permits through Vic Roads to be able to drive this car like to the mechanic, from the mechanic to Vic Roads, all that kind of stuff. I spent $60. The roadworthy cost me about $350. Rego was $192. Joining a club, I joined the King Lake Phoenix Club. They are really professional and nice guy that runs it, family business. So if you're looking to join a car club, you know, they're cool, you know. The big bulk of the money obviously comes from all the repairs I've done. So I spent $1,300 at Terrain Tamer, Now that kind of stuff was the swivel hub kit, new seat belt, tie rod boot, radiator hoses, heater hoses, pinion seal kit for the diff, new brake drums, exhaust cushion, and the rear drum bearing kit as well. Between sort of like super cheap auto, Repco, spares box, all that stuff, I spent $1,400. So that's everything from like oil, filters, tools, rubbers, relays, cleaning tools, consumables, name it. And there's probably a lot of tools in there that, you know, if you had tools, you probably didn't need. Like, you know, I went and bought a $100 torque wrench. If you've got a torque wrench at home, or if you've got a friend who's got a torque wrench, you're going to save money there straight away. The other things are like, you know, the lights off Amazon, the steel. I had to buy the steel separately to do the rust repair. I actually bought it twice because I planned to do it, didn't. It got rusty, so it was $100 in steel. J-Car, I had to go to J-Car and buy some things to fix a couple of wiring gremlins, like my reverse lights weren't working for the roadworthy, stuff like that. I bought a new little rubber antenna, hood rubbers, just little bits and pieces. So all that comes in like just under 11 grand. I sold the old rims that were on here. I got $200 for them, so that's, you know, that's a little win. So yeah, it's the car's just running awesome. Like, it's a little bit tough to start in the mornings, but I mean, carby fed 40-year-old car. What do you expect? Hang on, I'm gonna get more coffee. So I guess the only other thing to think is, like, if this cost me 11 grand registered, if I bought this tomorrow, would I be able to get this car registered, like get this quality of car? And I'm not saying it's a great car, but what I am saying is that it's been fine-toothed to my standard. It's, you know, I've checked everything, changed all the fluids, it's had bearings replaced, it's had all the good stuff except for a couple of main engine gremlins. I don't think you will ever find a car like this in this condition, except for the paintwork, for 11 grand. I think it was such a great idea. Like, value for money is absolutely here. I have a beautifully, pretty reliable car. You know, I say pretty reliable because I've probably only done maybe 2,000 kilometers in it or so far. It's not skipped a beat yet, so, you know, in the big scheme of things, you can't really gauge that. But this is by far the coolest thing I've ever done. This is the coolest hobby I've ever had. It's fucking cold out here, man. Alright, well, I'm gonna finish me coffee and drive around and take some photos. So, yeah, if you like this video, let me know. And, yeah, I'll see you maybe next week. I don't know. Last time I said I'll definitely see you next week. I didn't see you next week, so I'll see you next week. Alright, I know I said I wouldn't four-wheel drive, but I saw this little lookout. I engaged four-wheel drive to get to it, and it's worth it. So. How good is this? I'm gonna take some photos around here. So that's the good thing about that radio I put in, because it's connected to my phone, I can time lapse without having to lose music. Mickey. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Maybe, I don't know. What do I do these days? Bloody hell.